Welcome to the Bellport Battle Bunker. Today we have a scenario. It's an ITC mission. It'll be the first ITC mission we'll be playing on the channel. We have a new guest, Will. He's going to be rocking his Necrons today, and that's also a new for the channel. We haven't had a Necron player on, so we got a lot of stuff going on today for the first time, which is great. We also have some new terrain. Give a little shout out to GameMat.eu. We got the Mars Forge World mat that came in for the holiday. A lot of their terrain I've had over the years, so we see some of their terrain on the field. A couple of GW additions, some of these oil tanks, and I think Mantic makes this one over here. I built a couple, but mostly GameMat.eu on this field today. We got What's Yours Is Mine as the scenario. It's scenario number 4 for the new 2020 ITC missions for this new season. Rolling for the deployment zone, we got Vanguard Strike, it looks like here. We got 12 inches from the center deployed out. Statue in the middle is going to represent the center objective. The Crimson Fist objectives are going to be represented by obviously the Crimson Fist symbols, and the Necron objectives are going to be these green swords from the 2008 Games Day or Grand Tournament from Baltimore. So you can see the age of the channel here. Well, at least of me. That's an old objective marker, but it matches the green Necrons. So if you look over here on this part of the battlefield, we're trying to forge a little bit of a narrative here. Obviously, it's the Forge of Mars. Something's going on here. Something that's special that we've been mining on this planet. At least we thought it was good. And we must have dug a little bit too deep, because something has come up out of the ground also that we weren't expecting to get mined today, and it's going to be the Necrons. Will, you would probably say you were here first, right? It's us that's doing the invading. We dug a little too deep.
So today I have 2 battalions that come out to be 1,999 points. In my first battalion, I have an Overlord. My Overlord has the artifact, the Veil of Darkness, and he'll be my Warlord. My other HQ is a Cryptek with a Canoptic Cloak and a Staff of Light. For troops, I have 2 squads of 10 warriors and a squad of 5 immortals. The immortals will be running their Tesla carbines. For an elite section, I have 1 squad of 5 Lich Guard, sword and board. In my fast attack, I have 1 squad of 3 Scarabs, 1 squad of 3 Wraiths, no whip coils, nothing special about them, and 1 flyer. This is the Night Scythe, so it has the Tesla Destructor. It's going to be carrying probably 2 squads of warriors. In my second battalion, I have 1 Cryptek with the Chronometron and a Staff of Light, and I have a Lord with a Hyperphase Sword. This battalion is also made up of 5 Tesla Immortals and 2 squads of warriors. Also in this battalion, I have a Catan Nightbringer. The Nightbringer will have Antimatter Meteor and Cosmic Fire. In my fast attack choices, I will have 1 squad of 5 Destroyers with regular Gauss cannons. And then for heavy support, I'll have 2 Heavy Destroyers and another set of 2 Heavy Destroyers. This battalion will be run as Nefrek, and my other battalion will be run as Nylak. Nylak allows me to reroll 1s when I stand and don't move, and Nefrek allows me to advance 6 inches automatically. I can move as if there's nothing there. And that's my army, 1,999 points.
Okay, we have a 2,000 point Crimson Fist Space Marine army for the ITC mission today. So I broke this up into a battalion and a vanguard. So we'll start over here with the battalion. I have a Primaris captain and a Gravis captain, and then a Primaris lieutenant. So the 3 HQs are for this battalion with 4 intercessor squads, and they're all going to be with bolt rifles. Sergeants have chain swords. Then I'm going to go with the vanguard. We have a Terminator captain, and he has a Stormbolter and a Power Fist, and the Power Fist is going to be upgraded to the Relic Fist of Vengeance. So it hits like a Thunder Hammer, and there's no minuses to its hit roll. We also have a captain with a jump pack, and he's going to have a relic. It's going to be the Teeth of Terra, and then he has a mastercrafted bolt gun. We put a Primaris Ancient in this list, so those are the characters. And then we have 2 elites. Well, these are the 3 elites that are making up the vanguard. The other 2 elites are going to be 2 identical aggressor squads with the Boltstorm, auto Boltstorm gauntlets and the frag assault launchers on the backs. We got 2 fast attack choices with Inceptors with the bolt guns. There's a hit like heavy bolters, so it's 6 shots for each guy. Fly around, they got the fly keyword, and it can deep strike. And then we have these Centurion Devastators with the heavy bolters and hurricane bolters in their chests. So we got a battalion and a vanguard that's going to give me, with a battle forge, that's going to get me 9 command points. And we're spending, we're going to spend 2 on Chapter Master. So I'm going to make the Gravis Captain my Chapter Master. We'll put that on him. And he's also going to be getting the Sentinel of Terror. And what that does is, in the Imperial Fist Codex, it allows the Warlord to take a Warlord trait, a second Warlord trait, from the Imperial Fist's Warlord traits. And I'm going to be taking Hand of Dorn to see if I can get an extra D3 command points at the start of the battle. His other Warlord trait is going to be Iron Resolve, which gives him an additional wound and a 6-up Feel No Pain. I'm going to be spending relics in a chapter because we're going to be well over it. So I'm going to be spending 3 points. So the Fist of Vengeance is the free one that we got on the Terminator Captain. But I'm going to spend a point for the Teeth of Terror. I'm going to spend a point for the Bellicose Bolt Rifle on this Primaris Lieutenant. That's 2. And then I'm going to spend a 3rd command point for the Duty's Burden on the Primaris Captain. So we got 4 relics in the list today. A lot of points getting spent on relics. We're going to test these guys out. And that's 2,000 points on the nose. All you guys over at Tabletop Tactics, that's a little shout out for you guys.
Huzzah!
2,000 on the nose. We had to pick some objectives. There's some new stuff in here. I think some of the new rules, but I'll just explain what we got. So Will is going with Recon, which is all 4 table quarters. He's also picked Engineers because he has an objective behind these rocks here. I believe if you have a unit that's near an objective, and as long as they don't do any movement or psychic powers or something, they can claim it on the turn 2 beyond, right? Turn 2 on.
Correct.
And then he's also going with Gangbusters because I have a bunch of Aggressors and Inceptors and Centurions. A lot of 3-wound models, aplenty in my list. So Gangbusters is his last secondary. I'm also going to go with Gangbusters because he has some Destroyers and Wraiths, and they all have 3 wounds a pop. I'm going to go with Reaper because he's got a lot of troops, and if I don't kill the squad all the way down and some regenerate, apparently they still count as long as you're just tallying up the Reaper kills. So every wound I do to anything that's a troop, or at least not my Gangbuster units, is going to count for Reaper. So I should be able to rack up some points doing that. 2 Seek and Destroy ones, I'm going to go with Maneuver. And we place the objectives, you could see. Obviously the statue we said is the center. That's the center objective that has to be placed. And then what we had to do is alternate placing our own objectives. And that's one of the bonuses. If a player controls both of the objectives that they place on the table, they earn 1 point. So that's the what's yours is mine bonus point. So I put 2 of them pretty close together. I put one just in Will's deployment zone because that's where one of them had to go. The other one could go anywhere. He has his back there. And then he placed another one in my zone here that's kind of centrally located. So the strategy is if I can get in here in this center area, I can at least see the objectives that he would have to control, so I can do something about it if I needed to with guns. And I can also see this general center area. So there's going to be a big fight in here. So we got some new things with these mission guidelines for the ITC Champions missions. Will was able to choose to be the attacker or defender. He chose to be a defender, and that meant that he rolls for the deployment map and could re-roll the result a single time if he wished. We got Vanguard Strike. The defender also gets to choose their deployment zone. So Will chose the zone that was out of the main forge area. He deployed his entire army on the diagonal for his part of the battlefield. We placed the objectives down, and then the attacker gets to place first and will go first, and there will be no seizing of the initiative. That's something new, right? That's totally different. We did talk about terrain, that we can go up and down these pieces of terrain. They're not going to be buildings you can go inside, but you can go up and down them. We also talked about this building here, where this could be, what'd you call it, a magic box, right? Where you can go inside if you wanted to. Guys will be out of line of sight. As long as they fit on top of this piece here, they're inside that building. So I'm going to roll for the D3 command points at the Hand of Dorn. When I did the Sentinel of Terror on my as a second Warlord trait to be able to get that die roll, I need D3 command points at the beginning of this battle. So let's see what we got. All right, so we got 1. So we spent 1, we got 1 back. So I went from, I started with 9. I spent 2 on Chapter Master, 3 on Relics, that's 5, and then 6 for the Sentinel of Terror. So I went down to 3, but now I'm back up to 4. So I have a 4 command points. And Will, what'd you have? You said you had about 12 or something like that?
I started with
2 battalions?
I started with 13 from the 2 battalions in Battleforge, and then I spent 1 to have my destroyers deep strike.
So I have 2 Inceptor squads in reserve. These guys have fly and deep strike. And then I have a captain with the Teeth of Terror with the jump pack that can react to whatever Will does here with his deployment. If he starts going aggressive towards one side of the battlefield or towards his, his objective on my side, I can react appropriately with that. I think Will also has some reserves, but he'll talk about it when he talks about his deployment. I deployed my army aggressively. The plan here is just to try to swamp the middle of the board. So we got a deployment here with this Vanguard strike. I'm going to start on the flank here. I got these aggressors. Their plan is to go take that objective. We got the captain here with his Duty's Burden relic. That's a bolt rifle. I got 2 squads of intercessors with the bolt rifles. They can react either to the center, to that objective, or towards this objective that Will placed in my zone. Got the heavy hitters here, the Centurions. Their goal is to try to march up the middle of the field and provide cover and fire on both of these objectives and possibly over here. I got the Chapter Master, Gravis Captain, with his lieutenant with the Bellicose bolt rifle. I also have the Primaris Ancient, so I can get models back on a 4-up from this general's 6-inch bubble here. I got some intercessors on top of this little generator. Got 5 aggressors, again, that can go towards the middle or defend this objective or pop up on a building here if I need to get some shots off. I got the Terminator Captain with the Relic Fist of Vengeance. And then I have another bolt rifle squad. So the goal is, ground control is one of my objectives. At the end of the game, I need to have some guys on 4 objectives. So that's the general thought here. But I'm looking for Reaper, which is good because even if Will does the reanimation protocols, I still can get Reaper points. Every time I kill a wound on any of his infantry units, it's going to be tallying up that Reaper mark. As long as I get shots on them, we're going to be getting tallies for those kills. Anything that has 3 wounds or more, which are the 2 Wraiths, the Destroyers, anything that comes into range, I'll be able to farm out the Gangbusters. So that's the strategy, and we'll see how it goes.
Alright, so I started my deployment with my Wraiths on my left flank. Their mission is really just going to be to head straight across the board and try and hold the table quarter on that side. In case they get blown up and there's 1 or 2 left, I can use some command points to bring them back to life, and the Cryptek will help out with that. I backlined my heavy destroyers. He's going to blow them up real quick with some gangbusters, so I figured stay as far away as I can and hopefully get some reactionary shots. I put a squad of Immortals here. On my turn, hopefully they can come up and grab the objective that's located right here. A Cryptek behind them, giving them some support with their saves. And a Lord there to help them re-roll on their wounds. My Nightbringer is going to probably charge straight up the middle of the board and try and fight those Centaurians and see if he can take a couple of them out and give them a run for their money. Next I have my Lich Guard and my Overlord. They're here to either go straight for the middle of the board with the Nightbringer or to head on over and try and steal this objective. Behind them are some more heavy destroyers that are kind of just backline, hanging out, reactionary big guns to see what will happen next. Here I have one of my objectives, and I have my 2 engineer units. So from round 2 on, they'll be able to farm me some points just from this objective alone. My Night Scythe has 2 units of 10 warriors inside on the Tomb World. My idea is to fly the Night Scythe up, drop the warriors inside the magic box, and hopefully hold this quarter and not have to worry about it, and then shoot directly across the board and drop some warriors off over there to try and hold some more. I set up a little 5-man squad of Immortals to try and prevent some deep strike on this side. And then I spent 1 command point to have my destroyers come in from deep strike later on in the game.
So we got some movement here. I moved from behind this building. It was up 3 and over 3, so we were able to get up on top of this building here. The aggressors, these guys advanced. I rolled a 1, so I'm just trying to put a little screen here because we got Will's Wraiths over there that could come in from this general area. They have a pretty good movement. I think you have 1 stratagem where they can advance. 1 unit will be able to advance and charge.
Yes.
So that will put them into a place where they could probably get some get some charging without getting overwatched. But at least I got some heavy hitting units here, and I got some heroic interventions if that's possible. We move this block up. There's only going to be 3 guys I can see, and the only squad that I can see right now that's not a character is going to be those Lich Guard. Is that what they are? Those are Lich Guard over there. So only 3 guys have line of sight with this restricted of the terrain. I can see these characters, but they are characters. The Night Lord, the Nightbringer, and the Cryptek. But can't target them. And this 1 Wraith is at an angle where I can't get the. There's no height to see that because he's a little bit lower than the other guys. So I will be able to get this squad. It stayed still. It does have 30-inch range. And now that these guys moved up, they will have range. So I'm going to have 3 squads that will be able to throw some shots downfield. We advanced over here. I have these 2 troop squads, the intercessors, so it's a little bit more of a positioning. This flank was a little bit unsupported, so now that we have the captain, he's behind these oil tanks, they're aggressors, and 2 solid squads of intercessors. That's going to be a lot of firepower. That's going to, that my idea was to try to get this area that's pretty much open and control that zone. We'll see how that goes. And then again, just being solid in the center to react to the 4 different objectives that we have here. We have 4 here for ground control at the end of the game that is still have to be in the back of my mind. I got to be in position to get as many as I can out of that secondary objective. So we're moving forward. I still have 3 units in deep strike. I got the 2 inceptors and the jump pack captain. And let's do some shooting. So we'll start over here. I have this squad that did not move, and they're going to throw shots downfield at, I think it's going to be this, 30 inches will get me all those rates. So we have 4 command points. I'm going to pop the rapid fire strat on this. They did stay still, so their guns will now be rapid fire 2. So instead of my full range bolter discipline, being 30-inch rapid fire, where I would get the 2 shots, now I'm going to be getting 4 shots with each guy. So it's a lot more shots. So 20 shots going downfield. We're going to need 3s to hit. I'm in range of both my chapter master with the Gravis captain and also the lieutenant. Only 3 Centurions have line of sight on these Lich Guard, and Will's going to be playing a card.
The card that I'm playing is Dispersion Field Amplification. It's going to allow the Lich Guard to have a 3-up invulnerable save, and on 6s they're going to bounce mortal wounds back at the Centaurians.
So we're hitting on 3s, but the chapter master is going to allow me to reroll all these hits that failed. We got 2 that missed.
Jeez.
But now we got some 6s here. We got 2, 4, 6, 7. So I'm throwing some more dice back in the mix. You love that, right? Well, the Imperial Fist, they shot 20 shots, but they wound up getting more than 20 hits.
Hitting more than you shoot.
Weird stuff, right? All right, so here we go. That was our chapter tactic. Now we got to reroll 1s because we do have a lieutenant nearby. So toughness on those guys are 5, though, right?
Yes, sir.
So we're looking for 5s, rerolling the 1s. So I'm looking at 5, 8. So you got 8 saves, and that's at -1 because I'm in Devastator Doctrine still, and the bolt rifles just have a -1.
Wraiths have a 3-up invulnerable save. I fail none.
Nice, a clean sweep right there. They're immune.
I got lucky.
While we're here, I'm going to do the rapid fire for the second squad that's on that moved up. They will only get 5 shots because of the movement, because they're not within the 15-inch range. So 5 shots. Hitting on 3s, no 6s in that one. And they're out of range of the, they are in the range, well, I didn't roll a 1. They are in range of the other captain, the Terminator captain, it looks like, but no 1s. And the lieutenant is definitely not in range. And we need 5, so it looks like just 1 more. 1 more 3-up.
Let's get lucky. Nope, I fail.
It's always the 1 dice, right?
1 damage. That's it.
3 split, we're rolling for the chapter master. These are heavy bolters going down range. So far, only 1 6. No more 6s. 1 exploding hit, so we're going to put another dice in there. And now these are strength 5, toughness on the Lich Guard. 5. So force to wound, rerolling 1s for the lieutenant. So I see 2, 4. And I'm in Devastated Doctrine, so they're at -2. But you got the 3-up invulnerable with the card?
Yep. 3-up invulnerable with the dispersion field, and 6s bounce mortal wounds back. So I fail 1.
All right, and everything else is out of range. We only have 18-inch range, so you can see here that's falling short of the Immortals. And looks like we got positioning here. Now it's going to be Will's turn to see what he can do back.
So I advanced my Wraiths up from here all the way on up. I believe they got a 4 on their advance, and I spent 1 command point for adaptive subroutines so they can charge after they advance. The Cryptek moved up with them to give them support in case they fail their charge. The warriors kind of just shuffled around to look like they were doing something. I moved my destroyers over so they have some line of sight downfield into the Centaurians. My Nightbringer moved up a little Hopefully he can get in range of one of his powers. These heavy destroyers moved up. One of them has line sight downfield into the Centaurians as well. My Lich Guard advanced and moved up. Everything back here stayed exactly where it was. I moved my Immortals out so that some of them had range and sight on his aggressors. And then my Night Scythe just shot across the board. Next turn he's going to dump out some warriors. Alright, so my Nightbringer is going to start. He's going to use Antimatter Meteor. It's 24 inches. It's basically a smite. The closest model is the aggressors. So on a 2+, they take D3 mortal wounds. On a 6, they take D6 mortal wounds. 6, so they're taking D6 mortal wounds for 3. Next up, my 2 heavy destroyers. They're going to shoot their heavy destroyer guns at the Centaurians downfield. They hit on 3s and they reroll 1s. So I got 2 hits. It is strength 9 to your toughness 5. So I'm wounding on 3s and they're rerolling 1s because the Lord is near them. So reroll that 1 into a 1. Nothing. The next thing I'm going to shoot is this destroyer, heavy destroyer. He's going to shoot straight down at the Centaurians as well. It's the same thing. It hits on 3s and it wounds on 3s, rerolling the 1s. Oh my goodness.
What'd you roll?
A 2.
Not another 2.
Yeah, I'm ready to keep going. I have 9 warriors here. They're going to put their 9 shots into your intercessors.
Yep.
They can all hit. And they're wounding on 4s, right? Toughness 4 intercessors. Wounded on 4s. 3 wounds, -1.
So I'm on that cover, so that -1 will be negated, so it's just a 3 up.
Yes, sir.
The Emperor protects.
Oh no! And they
all
have got the range.
They all got shots.
Thank you, sir. So that means it's 10 shots. They're hitting on 3s, and 6s count as 3 hits. Strength 5, toughness.
Toughest 5.
Wounded on 4s. You got 2 wounds, no rend.
So we got a 3 up. Let's take a wound. That's towards that gangbuster.
My Cryptek is going to shoot his Staff of Light at the intercessors as well. Since he advanced, it's hitting on 4s. Haha. Guess what I rolled?
I see a lot of 1s from this angle.
3 1s. All right, nothing.
That one that's cocked, you could re-roll that if it's not flat.
No, that's a 1. He doesn't deserve any of it. The Wraiths are going to attempt to charge the intercessors up there. They're about 5 inches away. So I'm hoping for a 5. I roll an 8. They're in.
Plenty of distance.
They have the special ability that they can move and pass over anything as they move. I decided to try and get on the other side of the intercessors, closer to one of my objectives. After Joe's Overwatch, I'll probably end up piling in a little further to see if I can get even closer to that objective.
All right, so we got 10 Overwatch shots here with these bolt rifles, hitting on 6s. Rerolling 1s because I am within range of the captain. So we got a couple 6s, rerolling these 1s. Now another one.
God.
Now, with the chapter tactics, you know about those 6s exploding into additional 6s. So we got 4 Overwatch shots. Toughness 5 though, so I need 5s to wound, and there is no lieutenant around. So we're going to do that. Oh, you got away with 1. 2. I guess it's about average, right?
Yeah.
2. And it's at -1 because they're bolt rifles. And I'm still in Devastator Doctrine.
Wraiths have a 3 up invulnerable save, so I'm saving on 3s. I passed both.
All right, couldn't get that one guy that was wounded, so I'd sneak one in. They're all within range. We know they're going to be chewing me up here.
So I have 18 attacks, 3 each, and there's 6 of them, and they're hitting on 3s. Take out the 1s and 2s, which there's plenty of, and now I am strength 6, so I'm wounding on 3s, and it's -2, 2 damage. I need a good 7 wounds here. Only 5. Oh, yuck.
At -2?
-2. Fail them all for me.
So we need the Emperor is our shield and protector. You know that, Will, right?
Yeah.
So we're relying on his saves here. So his grace, 3 ups to 5 ups. Oh, you got through a lot. And they're 2 damage a pop, so they're Primaris killers.
Yes.
So 4 Primaris Marines are going to die to the Necrons. So we're going to take the 4 that were right there, because I don't want anybody getting surrounded and locked up here. So that'll definitely give me an escape route to get out if you, after you do your consolidation. If I get anything fighting back, we'll see. This one guy right here, he's outside. What is he, outside of an inch? Does he even get a fight back, or do I have to move him in? Because it's I declare the move, right?
Yeah, we're in weird spots. So
yeah, so I'll move in. I'll move. I I gotta get closer to him, so I'm just gonna move right to here, I guess. We'll say that's the spot.
That works for me.
That'll get me within an inch. It is my sergeant, so that means 3 attacks base plus 1 for shock assault because I was charged. So I'm hitting on 3s. Oh, and I have a chainsword, so that's an additional attack. So 5 attacks. Rerolling the 1s because of the captain, the Terminator captain right there. So they're accurate. He's in a vicious attack stance. But now here's the hard part. 5s, right? 5s with the wounds.
Yes, sir.
2. Now that guy already fell, so he might be taking the hits right now. There's one guy with a wound. I could drop him.
He's got 2 wounds left. Here it is.
2 wounds left.
3s. Nope, they're good again.
Solid.
They're good again.
So we have the banner that was within 6 inches of one of the guys that was killed. So we're going to roll a dice on a 4-up. He gets to fight back. So he does not get to fight back. So the Primaris Ancient can't urge him to greater victory. All right, so now you get your 3-inch consolidation because that was the only assault, right?
Yes. Down a little bit towards your guy.
You're going to be getting some bonus points, it looks like, because I don't have anybody within 3 inches of that objective. And, oh wait, there's a problem.
What do you got?
No, he's not within 3.
Is he?
No, he could. If I did move him down, because that was a troop, that would have negated all of that, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't think I could have gotten down here anyway, because 3 up and 3 down, I would have been too far away. But they did their job, so you're gonna get that bonus, right? Mm-hmm. We're at the end of the round, so let's look at the scenario here, the score sheet. You didn't kill it though.
No.
But you're gonna get hold and hold more for sure, and the bonus, because the bonus for this is what's yours is mine. Yep. If you control the objectives that you placed, which you have the one way over there, and now this one, you got the bonus.
Woohoo!
And I was only able to hold because I didn't get a kill either.
Right.
So you're jumping out to a 3-to-1 advantage right now, and we're both working on gangbusters and
Am I
Reaper.
In all 4?
Oh, that's right. The recon. Is that the recon?
Does that wraith that just plop down?
Yeah. Do they have to be wholly within?
I don't think so.
Let's just take a look.
Yeah.
Probably not. Yep, partially. So you're gonna have recon. So you got me 3-to-1 on hold mores and the kills, and you got your first secondary.
Excellent.
All right, nice round for the Necrons. We're gonna see what we can do shooting back now. If we can do some damage.
I think there's a pain train coming.
All right, so that was turn 1. I'll get my movement out of the way for turn 2. I have some deep strikers coming in. I have the Inceptors and the Captain. So we have the movement phase. We brought down the Inceptors, and they came down right around the Imperial statuary. The Emperor is our shield and our protector, so we have to make sure we protect that statue out of all. That is an objective, so we're going to control this, and we're trying to get closer to this guy to shoot him. I think this squad will be. We'll measure it up just to make sure. I think this one is going to be closer over here, but we can still shoot down range. But they're there and there, and I got the Captain, so he's in there also. We moved up some intercessors this way to try to, again, control here by getting up so we can shoot at multiple targets that are visible to us. We moved this contingent over here still, so we got the aggressors, the intercessors trying to get this objective, the one that we placed. And we got a Captain over here, so he's going to be supporting them with the bubble, the 6-inch bubble reroll ones to hit. This squad did not move, so they're going to be able to rapid fire at full effect with Bolter Discipline. We moved our Terminator Captain over here because we're going to try to gun down as much of this as possible, but Will played a card on them. We just didn't, we forgot to film it. It's something that happened at the end of his turn. You want to explain what that was, Will?
Yes, Reclaim a Lost Empire. It's the Nihilak stratagem. It allows me to add 1 to a saving roll for a particular unit if they are within 3 inches of an objective, which they are.
Yep.
So the wraiths will have +1 to their saving roll.
So that's going to give them a 2-up invulnerable save, right?
Yes.
We're going to try to gun down as much as we can, but I do have the Terminator Captain with the Fist of Vengeance in case I don't get through. I might be able to get an assault off over here. But we do have a lot of guns between the Hurricane Bolters and the aggressors did not move, so they'll be able to double fire this turn because they did not move. And they're still in range to charge if needed. So we're going to try to just keep our guys as central as we can. Again, controlling the objectives we can control. Shoot the wraiths off of as much as we can, possibly get an assault off, and then we'll react again to what Will does. Hopefully getting as lucky as we did when he missed with all those heavy destroyers this turn.
Yeah.
I didn't forget about that. There was a lot of 2s rolled in that phase.
And some 1s.
I got away with it. You played right into my trap, you know, the alleyway here.
Right down the pipeline.
If they can see me, and now I'm going to see them. So here we go. Okay, so we're going to start on this side of the board. We're going to work our way over. So I got 3 guys that do have line of sight on the Lich Guard. Two of them are in rapid fire range. The other one is beyond the 15 inches with their bolt rifle at the double tap range. So we're going to get 2, 4, 5 shots going over here into the Lich Guard.
We use dispersion field amplification to give them +1 to their save, and a 6-up bounces back mortal wounds.
All right, so we got 5 shots here that I can see with the rapid fire that are going to be hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s for the captain. Got a 2, but I do have 2 6s, so that means 2 exploding shots with the chapter tactics from the Crimson Fists. And these are strength 4, toughness 5 on these guys, right?
Yes, sir.
So 5s to wound with no re-rolls. 3 wounds at -1 because we remained in Devastator Doctrine.
All right, so we
Bolt
have
rifles.
3-up invulnerable save, 6s bounce back some mortal wounds. So they are fine.
No damage. All right, now that's going to go to our, we'll go to him, the captain. So he's going to shoot his gun. It's rapid fire 2. And I'm out of the 15-inch range for his duty's burden. So it's going to be 2 shots. Hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s. 2 hits. And it's strength 5, so it's wounding on 4s. 1 wound. It's a -1 weapon, no, -2 for duty's burden. But you have invulnerable.
3-up invulnerable. I failed.
It's a 2 damage, but you only had a guy with 1, right? So
Correct.
it's just going to kill 1.
You got 1.
All right, what I'll do is I'll put 1 that way, and then the 4 that way. So 1 at your Lich Guard, and the other this way. So the Lich Guard is going to, I'll start with him at 6 shots coming at you with these auto bolt, assault bolter rifle, auto bolt storm gauntlets. Rerolling the 1. So I got 2 6s and 2 hits, and these 2 misses will go into hits because of the 2 6s for the chapter tactic. And we got strength 4 against toughness 5, so 5s. So 2 wounds at no minus.
They have their 3-up invulnerable save. They pass both.
But no bounce backs.
None.
And now I get a D6 with the frag assault launcher on the back. It's only 1 shot. Hitting on a 3. Reroll the 1 for the captain. Fail.
Ooh, that's good.
Oh yeah. So now the 4 guys are going towards the Immortals. Bolt Storm Gauntlets. Rerolling the 1s for the captain. Just 2 1s. And we got 2, 5, 6, looks like 6s. So these will go back to hits. And then there's just 1 miss out of here.
You get 1 more. You had 6 6s, right?
6, yep. So didn't I throw 6 in there?
I think you only threw 5.
Now, strength 4, toughness 4 on them, right? So 4s for the Immortals. No rerolls. No lieutenants.
3-up saves. Fail 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you just got him. 5.
That's going to be the kill. All right, so that was this side over here. So now we're going to shift back over to this side. Now these guys are just outside of 10 inches from these Lich Guard. But I'm within the 9 inches here. So I think we're going to be able to get firing. But I'm going to start with this squad first. So this is the squad that's shooting. They're closer to the Nightbringer. These 3 can see this Lich Guard squad. They're going to go that way. And then these 2 are going to go that way. And then I'm going to probably dedicate maybe 1 more there. We'll see. Hitting on 3s and rerolling 1s for the captain. That drop down next to him. No 1s. 2 6s. So 2 are going back in.
All right.
And these are strength 5 against Lich Guard, which are toughness 5.
Sir.
So 4s and no lieutenant.
That looks like a good roll.
You are invulnerable, so the -1 doesn't matter, right?
Correct.
So 5, 8. 8 got through against your invulnerable save.
3-up saves. Ooh, I failed 3.
So kill 1.5.
Yeah.
Okay, so the remaining 2 at the Nightbringer, hitting on 3s, rerolling 1s for the captain. And I got a 6 in there, so I'm going to throw 1 back in the mix. And now this is only strength 5 against toughness better than 5, so 5s to wound.
There's another 3 right back here as well.
Oh, there was 1 more? Nothing.
Whoa.
Skunked. That's what you get for splitting fire. So the other squad's not going to shoot at the Nightbringer. I got 30 shots with the assault. I can only reroll 1s. Needing 3s. And I see 4 6s in there, so I'm going to put 4 back in. And now it's strength 5, toughness better than 5, so 5s to wound. Look for 5s. 12 at -1 on the Nightbringer.
Nightbringer has a 4-up invulnerable save, and 12 saves, 4+. I fail 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You would be down to 1 wound.
It's out of the 12-inch range, so it's going to be 1 shot. Hitting on a 2, re-rolling any 1s. We got the hit. It is a strength 4 bolt gun, so I need a 5 to wound. Fails to wound. So one guy that's closer to the Nightbringer than over here is going to shoot at the Nightbringer with his bolt rifle. All right, so here we go. 1 shot at the Nightbringer. Hitting on 3s. Re-rolling any 1s. We got the 1 hit. I need a 5 because it's strength 4. No. And now the 4 going the other direction at the rates. Splashing the dice. Re-rolling the 1s. 4 hits, but a 6 explodes into an additional hit. And they're also toughness 5, right?
Yes.
So 5s. Now we're going to do the aggressors at the rates because they stayed still. And there's 4 of them. So that's going to be 24 shots twice with their gauntlets. We got 24 shots with the aggressors going up on the rates. They stayed still, so they get to fire twice. I have a chapter master nearby, so I'm re-rolling all these misses. 7 additional hits. These are only strength 4, so I need 5s to wound. Re-rolling 1s for the lieutenant. $12 at your straight up save, and you are in cover. So, but there's a 3-up. What is it? 2-up or vulnerable for them? So
Vulnerable right now. So it's 2s. I fail 2. So that kills the wraith.
All right. This is because they stayed still, and the chapter master allows the re-roll. That hurt. Yep. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Re-rolling 1s for lieutenant. I don't see as many 5s this time.
2s.
I don't see any 1s.
I think I tanked it.
Yeah, you did. Now I got the 10d6 frag storm shots on their backs because they get to fire it twice. So it's 10d6. 36. Jesus. Again, hitting on 3s, re-rolling for the chapter master, but no exploding hits on this because it's not a bolter type weapon. Re-rolling.
You missed 3?
Yep. And then
3 hits?
and then again now it's 5s. I do get to re-roll the 1s for the lieutenant here. Well, lots of dice with aggressors. 5s re-rolling the 1s.
There's a lot of 6s in there.
Yeah.
One more.
One more. 16 straight up 2-ups while you're 2-up and vulnerable.
15, 16, 2-up and vulnerable. I failed.
Nice. I only see 2. I couldn't even bring another one down.
Nope.
Hitting on 2s with the Terminator Captain's Stormbolter. No 6s. Strength 4. Wounding on 5s. Only 1 wound at your 2-up. Vulnerable.
Save him. He's good.
Bolt rifle from the Chapter Ancient. He's in rapid fire range, 15-inch range. Yep. Hitting on 3s, no exploding 6s. Strength 4, need 5s. 1 wound at -1, but you're in, just still a 2-up and vulnerable. It's not going to affect anything.
2-up and vul. He's good.
Can't get that wound off. They're in rapid fire range, I believe. Should be 20. The chapter master is within range, so I'm re-rolling the misses. There's only 3 misses, but only 1 6, so only 1 more is coming back in.
2.
Is there? Oh, there's 2. Now it's only strength 4, toughness 5, so 5s. And the lieutenant is in range, definitely. So re-rolling the 1s. 8. So 8 saves at your 2-up.
8 2-up saves. You peel him off. And another one takes a wound.
So now we'll fire that lieutenant that has his bellicose bolt rifle, because this is a 2 damage weapon. It's basically a heavy bolter, but 2 damage. So 4 shots. So hitting on 3s, but re-rolling for the chapter master. Ooh. And strength 5, so 4s. Re-rolling the 1 for himself. So 2 wounds. The minuses won't matter because you're invulnerable, but each one of these will do 2 damage.
Save him. Oh, you got him. I'm going to use a command point and re-roll this one.
Nice.
He's good.
Yeah. So the Gravis Captain, he gets 3 shots with his Boltstorm Gauntlet. It's only, It hits on 2s. I got a 6. It is a bolter type weapon. And it's only strength 4. So 5s are needed. Rerolling the 1. So 2 wounds, straight up, 2 ups. There's no minuses, and you're invulnerable.
Any special damage?
Nope, it's just a little bolt storm going like a bolter.
2s. He's good.
Hold him strong. I have 2 guys that have sight on a destroyer over here, so we're going to put those 2 heavy bolters down range. And I have 3 that can see this group of destroyers over here, and they're going to put their heavy bolters down there. But all of the hurricane bolters are going to fire at the remaining wraiths on top of this generator over here. Hitting on 3s, and the chapter master is right next to him, so we're re-rolling these misses. They all hit plus 5 additional hits because of the 6's exploding rule. So strength 5, toughness 5. We're looking at 4s, re-rolling 1s for the lieutenant. Is he within range? No. 8. And these are at -2 because I'm in the Devastator Doctrine.
All right, so I got 8, 5 8s. 5s. I rolled 1.
We got a gangbuster, 2. Well, yeah, that's a gangbuster, right? Because 2 will die.
7 wounds. Yep, kills 2.
And now the 3 guys will fire at the other squad of 2 heavy destroyers. Again, 3s re-rolling for the chapter master. So 5 extra with those 6s. And now 5 against toughest 5. So 4s without any lieutenants. 12. Clean dozen. These are at -2 because I'm still in Devastator Doctrine.
They are dead.
And now the 60 shots of Hurricane Bolters going at the Wraiths. So I got 30 dice here, these blues. So we're going to just do this twice, but I'll go through the whole sequence twice. So hits with the re-rolls. So we got 2 misses, but we see a lot of 6s. 2, 4, 6, 8. And this is only the first round. Well, first round of fire, because we got 60 of these bullets.
We got a 2-up save.
And I don't have hands big enough to hold 60 dice. I don't even have a 60 dice, but here we go. Now, this is 5s, because it's strength 4 against your toughness 5. And I'm out of the range of the lieutenant. 8 2-ups.
They tank it.
Sweet. Re-rolling for the chapter master. Where are you, boys? Chapter master. Oh. Getting weak now. Well, the guns are getting hot here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But now we need the dreaded 5s without the lieutenant. Looking for armor penetration. 7.
2-ups. Takes 1.
Just 1. But that doesn't kill him because there was a guy with 2, right? So there's still a guy alive. Terminator Captain. Charging the Wraiths. He's got a 7. If I just get a 5, I'm definitely good going up.
He's technically on the floor too, to hold that objective. Yeah. So you could always just come around.
I'll do the lieutenant because he's on the ground. So we'll do the lieutenant first. Get him around. Maybe we can get him in there. Oh yeah, he's a maniac. And now let's roll for the aggressors. Big 8. So that's plenty of range. So let's just see how far away we are here. So the 2 guys are going to go 5 and then up 3, so they're going to be right on here, but these other guys are definitely going to be able to get in. So 3 inches up and then 5 in for the first guy. So he's all the way to here. So I'm outside of 9, but I am going to charge with my Inceptors, the first guy pack that came down. So we'll do them first. I need a 9. Well, yeah, to get within an inch, I need a 9. I only got an 8. I have 2 command points.
I have 12-inch range on my shooting.
So fire the Overwatch.
That's okay?
Yep.
Alright, so it's D6 shots for 5. 6s to hit.
And I'm not going to burn before you roll this, I'm not going to burn the, I'm going to fail the charge. Just wanted to let you know before the dice got thrown.
I didn't do anything.
Nothing?
Nothing at all.
So they failed the charge. The other group, this group, see if they get a 9. They got the 9.
Uh-oh.
So
D6 shots. 3. 6s. Nothing.
No. If they roll an 11, they can get in. So I'll try with them.
Bring it in.
No. So the Inceptors have a special rule where in model, that I think it's when it finishes a charge. So I just want to double check.
Oh, yeah.
Crushing charge. After they finish a charge move, for each model in the unit within 1 inch of that model, roll a D6. Looks like only 1, right? So a D6 on a 4-up, I can do a mortal wound. No. So now we're in consolidation phase. How many command points you got left? Because you can interrupt, right?
I have 4.
So I'm going to use my aggressors against your wraiths. And the sergeant gets an additional 1 because he has 4. So these are hitting on 3s, but it's a power fist, so they're hitting on 4s. And now strength 8, so wounding on 3s. But the lieutenant is right there, so I can reroll these 1s. So you're looking at 5 saves at a -3 with the power fist, but you have that 2 up and vulnerable, so the negative doesn't matter.
2 up and vul. Kill 1.
Just 1? Alright, so I'm going to go with the Inceptors. Okay, hitting on 3s. No rerolls. 4, so I need 5s. Looks like 4 wounds. If I can get through 1 wound, I'll be in good shape here, right? Just got 1 left on him.
Yes, I do. 4 up and vulnerable. You kill him.
Right.
He explodes. 4. Doesn't matter either way.
Yep, that's a 2. And now we'll come back to my captain, the Terminator captain. He has 4 attacks base. And then he charged. So he's got shock assault. So he hits with his hammer. It's a Fist of Vengeance. It's a relic. I don't take any minuses to hit. So I'm hitting on 2s, re-rolling any misses. We got all the hits. And now it's strength 8 against toughness 5. It's 3s, re-rolling the 1s for the lieutenant. So 2 wounds on the wraiths at -3. It will be a 3 flat damage though. So whatever you fail will kill a wraith.
2 up and vul. They pass.
Nice. 4 attacks again, +1 for the charge. He has nothing special, so it's just hitting on 2s because he's lieutenant. Rerolling the 1s for the captain there. And then strength 4 against toughness 5, so 5s. Nothing on the wounds. Oh, rerolling the 2 1s for himself. 1 wound.
2 up. Takes a wound. 1 damage?
Just 1 damage.
Alright.
If that was the hammer, it would have killed 1.
I'm going to put 1 wraith into the lieutenant, so they're hitting on 3s. They miss all of them. They don't look like they're up for the fight. The 2 other wraiths, they're going to go into the aggressors. They came to play a little. Strength 6, toughness
5.
Wounded on 3s. You got 2 wounds at -2.
So 3 ups go to 5 ups.
Oh!
The Emperor is strong. Look at this. They have faith. The
What is
shield is
that?
our protector. Double 6.
Alright. The Lich Guard reanimate on a 5+. I don't get any back, so we're good.
Alright, so we consolidated over here. We moved closer to the Immortals, but we swamped our objective. There were no charges that were made over here. All we got to do is do any little consolidations for this, right? Yep. I'm around this objective. I do have a troop here, and I do have a bunch of other guys. So I know you got some destroyers coming down, but you got some things to think about here. So if you can get that again, you could go for the bonus twice.
Yep. The destroyers came down from Deep Strike and backlined into Joe's territory. My flyer shot across the board and is in the back left corner at the moment. I moved my Cryptech to hide in the corner over here to help me score some recon, and then the Wraiths fell back out of combat. They're able to fall back and charge again, so they're right where they need to be. These warriors moved up their 5 inches. They're slow and steady. And then my Immortals came out. The Lich Guard moved on over with the Overlord to come and try and get those Inceptors as well.
So they're going to be in this area reconning, and I can't see them. So there was no need to go into the building because I can't see him, but he does have 2 guys inside here. Okay, so we had we're going to do this as a summary. So we went through the bottom half of turn 2 with Will's Necrons, and what he did is he deep struck over here with the destroyers. But this is where all the action took place because we were trying to fight over this. So basically what happened was he fell back out of combat. And what he did was he tried to split here. He wanted to surround this guy so that I couldn't escape, so they couldn't be shot. But he failed to kill this one last troop guy, the intercessor. So when he failed to kill him, he went back in. And he also rolled really poorly with the attacks on the Wraiths and brought the, because he's a Primaris, he has 5 wounds. He only did 4 wounds. So he's got 1 wound left. I was able to get in here, but his invulnerable saves, I believe, saved him from any of the Power Fist damage. He was not able to control his what's mine is yours, so he wasn't able to get that one, or else he would have got it a second bonus. My Inceptors survived this mass assault by Lords. A lot of 1s and 2s being rolled. It was not good. And then, yeah, the shooting took these guys down, but they're not out. I owe you a morale check here. I lost 3, leadership 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. And over there, I'm going to owe you a check too. 8. I lost 3. So we're good. I just had, if a 6 would have been rolled, it would have been bad. So you do hold that objective. So you took me down enough where you swamped me with models. So I don't get the bonus for holding my objectives that I placed for this particular mission. But I do hold more, and I did kill more, because I killed 4 and you didn't kill any. I held 3, and you held 2.
1, 2. Because
of this troop guy and this over here without that kill. So there was a little bit of swinging points there, but you did max out gangbusters this turn, because you killed a bunch of Inceptors and Centurions.
Yep.
And I'm 1 away from maxing out the gangbusters, and I'm working on a Reaper. So we're at the top of turn 3. We're going to do this as rest of the way as a summary, so we'll get back to you after my movement and shooting. So movement phase for turn 3. We move the troops from here, the intercessors, down around this center objective, the statue. And we move the Centurions up. They still have full range with all their weapons on the destroyers this way, but we're just trying to make sure we control this center objective with this with these 2 groups. The Inceptors flew up here. The captain flew over to here. So we're going to try to gun down some of these units and get at these characters. The other Inceptors that survived fell back. My plan is to try to shoot and then charge and still be within 3 inches of that objective and see what's left, and hopefully I can control that. We moved this whole block, this little block that's on the edge. We know we got some recon units over here, but I got my aggressors. Most of them are in range of units over there. And then these guys following up with the captain. And I know he's got his engineers over there, so maybe we'll see if we could deal with that at another time with the 2 Inceptors that survived, that jumped back. We moved the Inceptors down to be able to shoot either at the flyer or this. We moved the aggressors into this area because one of them will have range here, but they could all have range on this. The 1 sergeant that's remaining from the intercessors moved over here to control that objective still. He's locked up. He stayed in combat, so we're going to have to take the hammer to him. So we got the Terminator captain and the aggressors ready to charge the Wraiths. So the plan is to try to deny him this, control the center, make a run for the 2 objectives for the bonus point that Will got first round, but I'm going to try to see if I can snag one this turn. But I got to kill a lot of stuff. We got to kill at least those troops, and then maybe some of those Lich Guard that are tough to crack. All right, so we're going to do the shooting phase. We'll get back to you. We'll do it as a summary. So the shooting phase is over, and the Crimson Fist do what they do best. Roll a lot of dice with all these bolter-type weapons with bolter discipline, and they explode 6s. We were able to do a lot of damage. So you can see here, we were able to kill the Lich Guard, but you did reflect back enough wounds to kill one of my aggressors with that special stratagem. We got him down to 1 left, and then we were able to gun him down. I believe it was with the 2 Inceptors that fell back. And then you had a Lord and a Cryptek, and we split the fire. We did 2 of the Inceptors at the Cryptek, killed him, and then these 3 killed the Lord that was standing next to your Overlord. The captain didn't do any damage. I tried to snipe him out, but it didn't work. Somebody did do a wound. I believe it was this squad right here, maybe, that fired, and this squad, like both of my intercessors fired, and we were able to farm off 1 more wound, but we couldn't kill him. So he's holding strong. That's Will's Warlord, a well-earned title. He's the only one standing from all of that heavy firepower. Over here, the Centurions fired back at the destroyers. In addition, 5 men rapid firing here. The bellicose bolt rifle from the lieutenant. You were out of range, but this stuff shot here. I believe my aggressors and my sergeant did only 2 wounds to your flyer. We were able to kill 4 of these, right?
Yep.
But you have still 1 that's at full strength. So we're both maxed out on gangbusters for the secondaries. Will is beating me on recon and engineers. I haven't gotten a Reaper yet, although maybe I do after this. And then the ground control is obviously at the end of the game. But remember, ground control in the back of my mind, I'm still trying to control 1, 2, 3, 4 objectives. Always thinking, gotta keep guys for that ground control. That could be a big swing at the end. And he still has guys in here. There's like 10 dudes in here, right? 10 more Necron warriors. So he still has play to get to his special objective. Always putting pressure on. Smart. And now I'm trying to get over here to deal with these engineers, but it may be too late because he's going to farm his second point at the end of this turn. Nothing I can do about it. And then maybe we can start shooting them off. We will see. You still have the recon because you have guys in all 4. So you know that in the back of your head. I have now controlled 4 objectives at this moment before you get to go. So we got to keep that in mind. We still have to do the charge phase because we have 1 charge phase. But that was the shooting, right?
You got your Reaper.
Because the new Reaper rules, it's just wounds. So those 2 wounded mortals count as 2 wounds, right? Well, I don't know if that's how it's always been, but I guess maybe it was. I thought it was models in the previous season.
I thought it was models as well.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to do the charge phase since no shooting. So let's do the matchup. We're going to do my captain with the Teeth of Terror against your overlord.
Bring it on.
It's not a fair fight. You're on one wound. You're bleeding heavily. I don't know what you bleed. Maybe you got oil coming out. I'm going to come right in. It's unfailable. So we're here. You know I'm not coming alone. I got to come with the backup.
Yeah, yeah.
So I'm just going to roll some dice outside the camera shot. It's a 7. We're all in there.
Gang's all here.
Yeah, the gang's all here. So we got 1, 2 within an inch. We might not see this fight because of the mortal wounds.
Oh, you're right.
So I'm going to see if those 3 guys need a, I believe it's a 6. On a 6, you could take a mortal wound. So let's roll it right here on the camera. For those 3 guys, there is a mortal wound. So we're not going to see this fight.
I'm going to spend my last command point and try and make him come back to life.
Okay. Let's see what we got.
On a 4+, he stands back up outside of an inch.
So there will be no assault no matter what.
Right.
But he still might be alive.
Yes.
Got it.
Here it is. On a 4+.
Yeah. He's alive.
He's still alive.
All right. And no, maybe a fight next turn. So let's do some charges. I'm going to charge my aggressors. Let's get them in. Roll a couple of dice off camera. That's a 5.
They're in.
Yep. So this guy will be able to get to here. This guy's going to come down. And this guy's going to go right here. That leaves my Terminator Captain. I think he just needs a 2, but I'll just roll it. I got a 4. That's enough for him. I'm just going to move this dice up to the top here. We know that that is on the wounded guy right there. And that doesn't leave room for anybody else, so the lieutenant's out of it. So we got 3 aggressors and my captain, and then you had these guys locked up. The chargers will go first, so I'll do the captain. Let's see what he can do. Because when he smacks something, if you fail that invulnerable save, it's 3 wounds. That could drop a wraith with each hit. 2s to hit. But it's a relic, so there's no minus. So it's 2s to hit, re-rolling, because he's a captain. So he's got all his hits, and it's strength 8, so I need 3s, and I'm re-rolling 1s for the lieutenant. No 1s, but there is 3 wounds this time, and it's at -3, but you got the 3 up invulnerable, but each time you fail it, it's flat 3 damage with the Fist of Vengeance.
Here it is, 3 up invul, moment of truth. I fail 1.
I have to pick another unit that charged, which was these aggressors. So they get a move, right? A 3-inch move.
Yep.
So they're going to move this way.
Pile on in.
And that should get within an inch of a guy that's attacking. So that's 3 aggressors now that charged. They get 3 attacks each, but they charge, so that's 4 attacks each, and there's 3 of them. So these guys do suffer the -1 to hit with their power fist, so 3s go to 4s. But I'm in range of the captain. Oh, actually, I'm in range of the chapter master. So 4s re-rolling everything. That's still good without the re-roll. We got a lot of hits. They're angry. Strength 8, so 3s, and re-rolling 1s because of the lieutenant.
Oh, no.
They're very angry, Will.
Oh,
I don't know
no.
This is like, they don't get to fight very often. They usually aren't around this late in the game, but it's 8 wounds at -3, but your vulnerable save is, see if we can hold strong.
3 up saves. Oh, that's bad. Roll me 3 1s.
All right, so we got to do this one at a time because this could be, it could be three ones.
Yep.
The first one is only 1. That kills 1 because it's 2 + 1 is 3, right? They got 3 wounds a pop.
Yep.
So this is the last dice. It could kill the last wraith or not. It does kill the last wraith. And that's how the whole shooting phase went, by the way.
Basically.
I had done just enough to kill like each model or each something that had a wound. So it was a big theme for this round with the Crimson Fist, doing just enough to get the job done. But that does hurt. That's big. You still have recon. You're still going to have 10 guys in there. It's definitely not over.
Nope.
You're ahead of me on secondaries by a lot right now, but I'm trying to maintain ground control, which is the objectives. So Will is going to do his movement. We're going to count up some of the points. I think we're, you maxed out on gangbusters. I'm maxed out on gangbusters. I just got my Reaper. We're going to talk about holding. I'm going to hold more. You didn't kill, right? So I'm going to kill more.
I still got to go for my bottom.
Yeah, you still got to go for the secondaries. We're going to do that tally, and then we'll get back to you at the end of Will's movement phase.
I rolled for my reanimation protocols, and I brought 2 destroyers back. Those destroyers popped up on top of the mountain. The warriors advanced outside of the Night Scythe, and because of the translocation beams, the Dynasty code, they were able to advance 6 inches and now hold that objective.
This was a brilliant move. Now he's got that special objective. He's going to have 2, and there's nothing I'm going to be able to do about it because these are troops, right?
Yep.
And then he also What'd you do with the Lord? You got him out of there with the...
His Veil of Darkness,
Veil
the
of
artifact
Darkness?
that he has. I still have something in all 4 quarters, so I'm going to hold for recon. And I have my engineers in the corner over there. So I'll end up getting a point for engineers as well.
Nice tactics. Keeping that pressure on that special objective. What's mine is yours, and then the bonus point. So you're going to be getting that second bonus point. But let's do some shooting, because you still got some teeth in your army.
Just
You got a lot of shooting left here.
I'd like to open up right here. These warriors are going to shoot into your inceptors.
Yep.
They're wounded on 5s. So you have 3 wounds at -1. Fail them all. Give me 1.
All right. So I need 4 ups. One is going through. There's no wounds on him, so one guy is down to 2 wounds.
All right. I'm fine with that. The Night Scythe is going to shoot at your aggressors here. It hits on 3s, and 6s explode into 3 shots. So I got 1 6, but they all hit, so it's 2 more shots. Strength 7, so I'm wounding you on 3s.
Hey, you just got more hits than you rolled. That's my trick.
Yeah. I had that trick before you did, man. You have 5 wounds, no rend. So you 3-up save on your aggressors.
5 3-ups.
Yes, sir.
What we got? Looks
3.
like a bunch of fails.
Yeah,
is it only
baby.
1 damage each?
Only 1.
But that's going to kill one.
I'll take it. Well,
It's going to kill one that had 2 left and wound another. So we're bleeding.
He deserves it. The destroyers are going to shoot everything into the rest of those aggressors. So it's 9 shots. Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. Because they hate everybody. Not bad. And it is strength 6, your toughness 5. So I'm wounded on 3s. Oh no. I only got 3 wounds, but it's -3.
3 wounds at -3, so
Yes,
6s
sir.
are required.
Fail them
See if we
all.
can get them.
Fail them all.
Not any 6s.
Right.
Even without, I didn't make any saves.
This is big.
Is it 1 damage or 2D, or is it D3?
It's D3. So
So
you
the
have
first guy has 2 wounds remaining. So let's see what you can do with that.
4, 5, or 6. Here we go. I got a 5.
So that kills him.
And the last 2d3 go into this last guy.
So all you gotta do is not roll snake eyes.
Oh. I got him.
All right, so that's your kill,
Thank goodness.
and you got rid of the aggressors.
Yes, I did. That's the end of my shooting phase. I know what I'm charging.
Let's do it.
So my overlord is going to charge the guy that's tucked in the corner right over there.
Yeah, that was a nice move.
Hiding like a little baby.
I thought, well, he was controlling this
He's
objective.
hiding like a baby.
And, who's to say he wasn't trying to bait this whole maneuver to happen to get you in the kill box?
Uh-huh.
Let me open up fire on him. Maybe he won't
Can
want
you
to come
even
in.
see him?
He's only got 1 wound.
Go ahead. He's got 2 wounds.
Can I see him?
He's got 2
Oh,
wounds. Yeah,
you
definitely see
you
him.
grew it back, right?
Yep.
So let's see if I can open fire with this bolt gun, this bolt rifle. No, but I am within range of the captain. I can re-roll a 1.
Get a 6 now.
No.
All right, good.
All right.
All right. Because he has my will be done, he has +1 to his charge, so I'm looking for an 8. I got no other choices. I fail with a 6. So that's the end of that. That is the end of my turn.
Okay, I know this is a summary, but we wanted to show a dice roll because Will's going to try to pull off something that could be a big swing in points, especially for the mission. So we got a 9-inch charge here. And this is the what's mine is yours, but the ones that I placed, if I control these, I'm going to get the bonus point. He's already got the bonus point. But if he could take this, it would stop me from getting a bonus point in addition, because they're troops. He just needs 1 guy within 3, and if he makes this charge, he'll definitely have it, even if he eats a lot of Overwatch. And then he would control more objectives than me, plus the bonus. So it is a swing of like between me getting possibly 2 points to not getting that, and then Will getting those 2 points. What do you need? That 9, right? That sweet 9.
Big old 9. Here we go. Nope. I rolled a 3.
Oh, all right.
Give me your Overwatch.
All right, so we'll do the Overwatch off camera, and then we'll get back to you. We're at the top of turn 4. It's going to be down to the secondaries, so I moved over here so that I could get some shots up at these destroyers with my long-range bolt rifles. I got the aggressors here, so I'm trying to lock this down. I'm hoping I can shoot these guys down, and I'm going to see what kind of damage I can do to your flyer. There's a chance that you could gun me off of this objective, but I'm going to try to take out some of these engineers and stuff in the background. So I'm going to try to get these guys taken out. If I can get my jump pack captain over the top and get to those swarms over there. You got some scarabs over there. Maybe I'll be able to get in there and root them out with the teeth of terror. We'll see what happens. But that's the goal. Trying to get rid of that. Control here. Shoot these guys down. Well, you got the bonus point. Yeah. But I want to try to stop you from getting it again. All right, so here we go. We're going to go right into the shooting. So I have 3 guys that can see from intercessors up to your destroyers up top. So I'm just going to shoot 3 dice real quick. It's long-range shots. We're hitting on 3s. I'm rerolling 1s for my captain over here. So I'm rerolling that 1, which turns into the hit with the additional 6. And we need 5s because we're only strength 4. We got nothing for that. So now he'll fire. He has a duty's burden. It's a rapid fire 2 weapon, so I get 2 shots. I do get 2 hits, and I get a bonus 6, so I get an additional hit. And it's strength 5 minus 2 damage. I can't reroll the 1, but I do have this 2 wounds at minus 2, but you're in cover, so it's at minus 1. But it is 2 damage each.
4 up saves. I make 1, I fail 1. 1 is down to 1 wound.
Looks like 4 can see. This guy is behind the statue. I can't see the people up top, but these 4 can see. Let's just double check range. Plenty of range, so it's 30-inch range with the bolt rifles. Hitting on 3s. No rerolls because we have no support there. Look at that, Will.
Oh, yeah?
That's a long time coming. I'm not complaining because I've been hitting like a maniac in that last turn. Centurions will put all their fire up here. That's the hurricane bolters and the heavy bolters. So the shooting was able to take down 2 of these destroyers. 1 is still alive again. There was a lot of shots. We had rapid fire from up here with these intercessors. We shot the Centurions. We shot what could see from there, from those intercessors here, and we were able to get it down to 1. Those 2 guys were able to mow down those 3 warriors pretty quick, and then there was 3 guys within range of the warriors over here, and we had a lot of exploding 6s, and we went to the tactical doctrine, so it was minus 2 to the roll, so those 6s were needed, and we wiped out that 10-man squad. So now I'm looking for a 10-inch charge. I'm going to try to jump over this terrain, get on right on the Will's objective over here, and try to kill some scarabs with the Teeth of Terror. But I'm going to need a 10-inch charge, and we're looking for a 10. I have 2 command points in the hopper here. That's not even close. Even with a 6, won't make it. So they fail. So now we're going to come over here, and we're going to do these charges, and then we'll get back to you and do the summary. Bottom of round 4. So Will rolled some reanimation protocols, and he got these guys. He got 1 back. We were trying to see if he would get more than 1, but he got 1. So what you said, you thought if you came down, you would try to get the kill, right? By gunning down at least some of these guys?
Yeah, I put the destroyers into the Centurions. I put the Night Scythe into the Centurions, and maybe I'd be able to pop both of them and get a kill point there.
There's a lot within this range of this objective. So even if you tried to shoot all those pieces down and came in with the Lord, I think I'd still be in range because I have guys that can intervene. I got both captains there.
Even if I killed the objective secured, you would still outnumber me on the objective.
Right. So that was out, which would have given me control more, hold more at the end of the turn, kill more, and the bonus. Next turn, I'm definitely jumping over there, wiping out your engineers, which you would get this turn.
Yep.
So we finished round 4 scoring, and we talked about it, and we've been here long enough anyway. It would probably be ending with the with the time for an ITC, we're going to call it, right? So you got all your recon, you got all your gangbusters, and you got 3 out of the 4 engineers. I was able to get my gangbusters, 2 of the Reaper, and then ground control looks like I would have been able to do that because I have I have squads on every objective.
You would have ended up holding 5 objectives, so if you could get 5 points, you would have got 5.
Right.
You only would have maxed out at the 4.
Right. And then because of the turns, like the holding more and the killing more that I did for the last, 2-3 turns?
Yep.
Yeah, so that would have put me over the top. Well, Will, let's get that handshake in over here. Thank you.
Sir.
That was first time for Will on the channel with his Necrons. We got the new mat from GameMat.eu. We got another battle report on the Bellport Battle Bunker. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and hope you enjoyed the ITC format. This was a first on the channel. We're just trying to keep that hobby going one battle report at a time. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more.